All right, next up in the Red App category, we have Evature. Evature enables free text and voice search for online travel. They understand users' inputs and converts those to search queries, improving conversion rates and user satisfaction. Welcome to the stage, Barry Valinsky.
Hello, everyone. With me on the laptop over there is Iftach Haimovic, who's actually going to run our live demo. And we're really happy to be here and tell us about our app called Red EVA. Based on Evature's award-winning natural language processing technology, Red EVA enables travel agents to search for flights, hotels, cars using simple free text commands and complete booking without any knowledge of cryptic. It is a great tool for new travel agents, agents that are new to Sabre, or service professionals that need to work in the Sabre environment without significant training, such as in call centers. Even for experienced travel agents, it's a great way to run complex and not often used queries simply and efficiently. And we're constantly looking for more features. We view Red EVA as a true travel agent assistant. So we're adding new features, new functionality all the time, some of which we're going to show you today. So with that in mind, let's take a look at Red EVA. So this is the Red EVA pane. When you download, install it, that's what you get. It looks like a chat tool. And you can type in your queries here. So let's try something simple. Flights from Denver to Vegas on Thursday. EVA processes the query, and you can see what EVA is searching for flights from Denver, Colorado to Las Vegas, Nevada on May 7th, which is this Thursday. And you get the cryptic command that's about to be run, which is already executed in the emulator. And you can see some flights. Now, you can easily modify those by just typing things like, with United. And immediately you get a different cryptic command. And if we go back to the emulator, you can see that all the flights are now with United. Now, let's say we like a particular flight. We can just sell it by typing sell and the appropriate line number. Once this is done, we get the flight into the PNR, and it's displayed in the chat pane very easily here. We can easily add a return trip, so we can type return on May 13th, for example. And again, we get a particular flight. We can sell it. And we got our return trip to the itinerary. Very, very easy. Now, here's the real cool part. Let's say I need a car for the trip. All we need to do is type something like mid-size car, let's say from Avis. And again, we got a car search, and we can sell it. And we didn't need to specify date or location, because EVA understands this is in the context of the trip. So obviously, this car is for this trip, for Vegas, for the duration of the trip, and we got a car in the itinerary. Very, very easy. Now, we have an itinerary. What do we do now? Let's try and ticket it using Red EVA. So what you need to do is just click on Complete PNR. And we get to a form-driven process that is including a lot of data you need to input, like names, phone numbers, payment format, frequent flyer cards. Some of those are mandatory, some are optional. And you can actually go one by one and input those manually for a new customer of the agency. But assuming it's a return customer and they may have a Sabre profile, you can just load that. So let's do it here. I'm going to search using the profile tool. I'm going to search for my profile and load it into the PNR. And it's that simple, and you can see by the green checkbox what's the data been loaded. That's all the mandatory data we need. So it's now in, and all we need to do is we can just click to complete the PNR and go end the process. Now, this entire process is completely customizable per agency, and we can modify what's required, what's not required, what fields the agent should go through to fit the current workflow. That's it, simple as that. Now, as I mentioned, we're constantly integrating new features, and we're currently working to integrate a lot of the cool new Sabre APIs that are available. So for example, using the seasonality API, you can ask EVA something like, what's a good time to visit Paris? And there you go. You see some of the popular times and some of the least popular times. So beginning of July sounds like a good time, and I want a hotel in Paris. And in this case, I actually have some particular requirements. I want a hotel with free parking, swimming pool for 2 adults. And all you need to do in EVA is just type those things in. Oh, and under €300 per night. There you go. Now, we forgot to mention how many nights am I going to stay in EVA, in Paris. So EVA has a dialogue engine. When something is missing and you need more information, it will just ask you. So you fill in 2 nights, you get the search, and we get a nice list of hotels in Paris. Now, maybe your traveler is just talking to you on the phone and say, hey, what's the weather like there? Why not just ask EVA? What's the weather like there? Of course, because we're really far away from there. And we're waiting for some weather. Yeah, there you go. We get some historical data from a weather server. And if we were closer, so you get some idea of what's going to be the weather like. If you get closer to the trip, you actually get a real forecast here. So it's really all the cool things you can ask. You can just do that in your environment without Googling it. So that's pretty cool. Now, the last thing we're going to show you is a sneak peek into a new coming feature into EVA that is really cool, and we feel it's really exciting, and that's a chat tool. We're going to provide agencies with a widget that they can put on a website, and the user could click on that widget to talk to the agent. And let's see an example of how that works. We just got here a website, and we're going to type something. Hello, me and my wife need a flight from New York to London. Yep. And there we go. Let's see what happened in Red EVA. You see on top there, we got a notification in the queue. Now, this queue actually is shared by a lot of travel agents that can pick up the chat and start the dialogue with the agent. So when you pick it up, it becomes your chat, and you actually own the discussion with the customer. So here we'll just send a reply from within Red EVA. And we get it back to the user, and we can continue the chat. Now, the cool thing about it, first and foremost, this is done within the Sabre environment. So unlike any other chat tool, you could Skype with a user, you can WhatsApp with a user, but this is within your environment. You don't need to switch. It's efficient. You're right in there. But here's the real value, where the real value comes from. You can see, if you look at the text from the user, you can see there are colors there. So actually, EVA is reading through the text and providing notifications about flight-related things like location, times, other flight attributes, or things that the user asked for to make it easier to see what they ask and respond. And what we're going to do in the future, in the coming releases, EVA is going to actually propose suggested responses. So if a user said, hey, I need a flight from here to there, there's going to be a query there for the agent to just click on and execute and run through, so to increase efficiency. So that's number one. The second thing, because we're in a travel environment, we're going to allow to pull content from Sabre into the chat. So for example, if a user asks for a hotel, and you have a hotel list, you can easily pull that list to the chat, show it to the user, and they can pick what they want on the chat and say, OK, I want this one. And then the room pick, you can bring that to the chat, show the user. So the entire process becomes really, really interactive and simple. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the demo. If you want to hear more about Red EVA, come meet us at the Exchange. We'll be there on all the opening hours. Thank you very much.
How many languages do you support?
EVA is naturally in English right now, so English is natural language. You use translation services like Google Translate to support any other language that they support. It's part of the API, but the quality today is like 90% of what it would be in natural language. If we have a big customer in other countries, we're quickly capable of rolling out a different language. We did it in previous exercises, Chinese, Spanish, but for that we need a business case and a real customer that says, hey, I want this in a different language.
Thank you.
Hey there. Does the application have the ability to learn from previous behaviors and modify and self-improve, so to speak?
Yeah, so essentially it learns several things. It learns, first and foremost, it learns about language. We got millions and millions of queries. This is one of the things we're doing in Evature. We're also doing a Siri-like mobile app, so we get a lot of queries running through, a lot of sentences. We understand what people are looking for. When they say something, we understand what's implied. Second thing, one of the reasons we wanted to integrate with Sabre profiles is because we want to learn what a particular customer wants. So for example, we said here with United, what we plan to do in the future releases, we're going to read the profile in advance, and we're going to learn, hey, this is a global services person. Why show him anything else? Let's show him immediately Star Alliance flights only. So this is the type of kind of travel-related logic that EVA is going to learn and apply on the fly per particular customer.
With the information that you have, are you able to incorporate corporate policy information, travel preferences, things that are specific to the corporation?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what I mentioned. There's a process that is customizable. That's exactly what I refer to. a process of how you book and what kind of rates you get. You can get, when you log in, you can also load the agency profile, which will have the agency rates for hotels and the customer rates for hotels, which you can use in your search and queries.
At what point then do you just need to use the artificial intelligence that you built within it and not require an agent in the process?
I think that's kind of a long time from now, but at the end of the day, who knows? I mean,
Thank you very
thank you very much.